The story of Betty and Barney Hill is one of the most famous and intriguing cases of alleged alien abduction in history. It happened in 1961 and has captivated the public ever since, sparking countless debates and inspiring numerous books, articles, and films. On the night of September 19, 1961, Betty and Barney Hill were driving back to their home in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, after a vacation in Canada. As they traveled through the White Mountains, they noticed a bright light in the sky. At first, they thought it was a star or an airplane, but it seemed to be following them. As the light grew closer, it began to behave erratically, darting back and forth and changing colors. As the light got closer, they realized it was an object with an unusual shape. Barney, a practical, no-nonsense man, stopped the car to get a better look through binoculars. He saw what he described as a craft with humanoid figures looking back at him from its windows. The figures were dressed in shiny black uniforms, and their eyes were large and piercing. Frightened, Barney hurried back to the car, urging Betty to drive away quickly. As they sped down the deserted road, the object descended rapidly, hovering just above their vehicle. The Hills realized they had traveled a much longer distance than they should have without remembering how they got there. They arrived home in Portsmouth 2 hours later than expected, feeling oddly disoriented. Their watches had stopped, and Betty's dress was torn. Barney's shoes were scuffed, and there were unexplained shiny, concentric circles on their car's trunk. In the weeks following the incident, Betty began having vivid dreams about being taken aboard a strange craft and subjected to medical examinations by alien beings. In her dreams, she was led by two small beings to a room where they performed various tests on her. Disturbed by these dreams, which felt more like memories, the Hills sought help. They contacted Dr. Benjamin Simon, a psychiatrist and neurologist, who conducted separate hypnosis sessions with both Betty and Barney in 1964. Under hypnosis, both recounted similar experiences of being taken aboard the craft by small, humanoid beings with large eyes and grey skin. Dr. Simon used regression hypnosis to help them uncover details buried in their subconscious minds. In her hypnotic regression, Betty described being taken to a room where she was examined by the beings. They communicated telepathically and performed medical tests, including taking skin and hair samples. One of the beings, whom she called the leader, showed her a star map, which she later recreated from memory. This map became a subject of much debate among UFO researchers, some of whom claimed it showed the Zeta Reticuli star system. Barney's hypnosis sessions revealed that he had been taken aboard the craft as well. He described the beings as having large, wraparound eyes and small noses and mouths. He recalled being examined while lying on a table, feeling intense fear and confusion. The beings inserted a long needle into his navel, which caused him great pain. Barney's emotional distress during the sessions was palpable, often breaking down into tears as he relived the traumatic experience. The Hills' story became public in 1965 after a newspaper reporter obtained notes from their hypnosis sessions. This led to widespread publicity and made the Hills' account one of the most famous abduction stories in history. The couple appeared on radio and television shows, their story spreading across the country and beyond. Skeptics and believers alike were fascinated by their detailed and consistent accounts. The experience left a lasting impact on both Betty and Barney. They felt a mix of fear, confusion, and curiosity. Barney, in particular, struggled with the trauma and skepticism from others, which affected his health. He developed ulcers, and his stress levels remained high until his untimely death in 1969. Betty, on the other hand, became more involved in UFO research and lectures trying to understand what had happened to them. She meticulously documented their experience, keeping diaries and correspondence with UFO researchers. The Hill abduction case has been extensively analysed and debated over the years. It has inspired books, films, and numerous studies. Skeptics have offered various explanations, from psychological phenomena, such as sleep paralysis, to the possibility of a shared delusion. Some have suggested that the Hills' experience was a byproduct of the Cold War era, with its paranoia and fear of the unknown. Believers, however, see it as compelling evidence of extraterrestrial encounters, pointing to the consistency of their accounts and the physical evidence left behind. Regardless of the interpretation, the story of Betty and Barney Hill remains a cornerstone of UFO lore and continues to intrigue those interested in the possibility of life beyond our planet. Their experience has opened the door to countless other abduction claims, shaping the way we think about and investigate the phenomenon of alien contact. Despite the ongoing debate, one thing is certain: Betty and Barney Hill's experience profoundly impacted their lives and the field of ufology. Barney, unfortunately, passed away in 1969, deeply affected by the ordeal and its repercussions on his health. Betty continued to research and speak about their experience until her death in 2004, remaining a prominent figure in UFO circles. The Hill abduction case has not only persisted as a topic of interest, but has also influenced the cultural narrative around alien abductions. Their story was the first widely publicized claim of alien abduction and set the framework for many subsequent accounts. Whether you view their story with skepticism or belief, it is undeniable that Betty and Barney Hill's experience has left an indelible mark on the history of UFO encounters. Don't forget to click the bell icon and click the like button to stay updated with more intriguing stories.